I've made the point on this channel before that in order to be a feminist of the third wave variety, you have to have that part of your brain that regulates hypocrisy and consistency surgically removed. That's how you can argue that statistical disparities in certain occupational categories that have high pay and prestige represents systematic discrimination against women, whilst those same statistical disparities in occupations such as bricklaying and sewage treatment plant workers attract no such comments. It's also how you screech about believing all women with regard to sexual assault claims, but then have a coming to Jesus moment about not rushing to judgment when it's one of your own on the end of a sexual assault allegation. And so to the case of Asia Argento. If you don't know who Argento is, she's one of the first women in the movie business to publicly accuse the producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault and went on to become a leading figure in the #MeToo movement. But as the New York Times reported just last week, in the months that followed her revelations about Weinstein last October, Argento quietly arranged to pay $380,000 to her own accuser, Jimmy Bennett, a young actor and rock musician who said she had sexually assaulted him in a California hotel room years earlier, when he was only 2 months past his 17th birthday. At the time, she was 37. The age of consent in California is 18. That claim and the subsequent arrangement for payments are laid out in documents between lawyers for Miss Argento and Mr. Bennett, a former child actor who once played her son in a movie. The documents, which were sent to the New York Times through encrypted mail by an unidentified party, include a selfie dated May 9th, 2013, of the two lying in bed. As part of the agreement, Mr. Bennett, who is now 22, gave the photograph and its copyright to Ms. Argento, now 42. 3 people familiar with the case said the documents were authentic. Now, Argento has subsequently denied this claim, stating that I strongly deny and oppose the contents of the New York Times article dated 20th August 2018 as circulated also in national and international news, she said in a statement. I am deeply shocked and hurt by having read news that is absolutely false. I have never had any sexual relationship with Bennett. Well, that's an interesting claim given this happy snap referred to in the New York Times article. I guess they were just hanging out in bed playing nude Scrabble, as you do. Argento went on to claim that I was linked to him during several years by friendship only, which ended when, subsequent to my exposure in the Weinstein case, Bennett, who was then undergoing severe economic problems and who had previously undertaken legal actions against his own family requesting millions in damages, unexpectedly made an exorbitant request of money from me. Bennett knew my boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain, was a man of great perceived wealth and had his own reputation as a beloved public figure to protect. Anthony insisted the matter be handled privately, and this was also what Bennett wanted. Bennett had reportedly asked for $3.5 million in damages and settled for $380K. But why pay Bennett anything at all if the story, as you claim, is absolutely false? TMZ reported that the message on this Ritz-Carlton stationery, according to Argento, was written by Bennett. It says, Asia, I love you with all my heart. So glad we met again, and I'm so glad you're in my life. Jimmy. She texted her friend the note saying, he wrote me this afterwards and kept sending me unsolicited nudes all these years up until 2 weeks before the attorney's letter. She goes on to say, I wasn't raped, but I was frozen. He was on top of me after he told me I had been his sexual fantasy since he was 12. Well, maybe I've been doing it wrong all these years, but I think that qualifies as a sexual relationship. Or maybe Argento's denial is in the way the statement was cleverly worded. You see, it wasn't a relationship as such because it only happened once. So what is the truth of the matter? Is Bennett just an opportunist trying to cash in, or is Argento just a rank hypocrite? Or is it a little from column A and a little from column B? Who knows? I don't have the answer, but I do know who definitely is a hypocrite. Rose McGowan. Here's a tweet from Rose McGowan at the height of the #MeToo frenzy. You see, McGowan has a few simple rules. 1. Believe survivors. 2. Apologise. And 3. Denounce. Okay then, so I assume McGowan abided by those same, as she put it, simple rules when it came to Argento, right? Oh wait, what's that? Maybe we shouldn't rush to judgment because we don't have all the facts and more will be revealed over time? Well, that's a good call. That's what most sensible people do, make judgments based on the accumulation of evidence. A simple rule that has been notably absent from the whole hashtag #MeToo movement. Could you get a better example of feminist hypocrisy? Oh yeah, you can. But that's another story for another day. But wait, there's more. According to the Daily Mail, Asia Argento sent unwanted topless video to recovering sex addict she knew had a girlfriend, and then freaked out when he got upset, saying she did this with all her friends. Jeff Leach said on the podcast Legion of Skanks that Asia Argento sent him a video of herself topless, knowing he had a girlfriend. The comedian 34 then said the actress flipped out when he got angry with her and said she sent nude photos and videos to all her friends. Oh, well, I guess it's okay if you send nudes to all your friends. I bet Anthony Weiner had wished that he'd thought of that defence. He said that he questioned her being the public face of the hashtag #MeToo movement in light of her actions. I'm not saying she hasn't been assaulted or hurt by bad people, but maybe she and Rose McGowan are not the best spokespeople for it. Amen to that. I'll see you next time.